G'day folks, Jumbo here again for part 2 of the balloon wars, or clown wars. Alright, now lots of this bullshit media stuff all attacking me, but I'm going to read one of these. This is one of the first ones. Alright, now bear with me, my reading is a bit hopeless, I do everything from memory normally. Alright, so the balloon has gone up on one of Adelaide's most bizarre feuds. Bill the Balloon Man and Jumbo the Clown are at war, and the battle lines have been drawn in Rundle Mall, where Jumbo and Bill have brought cheers and laughs and entertainment for years. The festering territorial row flared into physical confrontation yesterday and had a sequel in the Homely Street police station after Bill allegedly pulled the wig and clown mask off Jumbo. Now, he told me he pulled my mask off. Every newspaper said that. Allegation followed counter-allegation with restraining orders and fierce arguments as old friends fell out in the busker battle. He told him I was his mate. More bullshit. William Sagar, and I said, alright, forget about that. That's just him raving on about pulling the mask off. Other buskers have been dragged into the row, including the Tin Whistle Man. It all became a bit much for Tin Whistle, who took out a restraining order against one of the warring parties, ensuring his territory was protected as the war escalated. He did that after the hitman failed. The battle boiled over on Friday when police were confronted by a Jumbo who made assault allegations against Bill. One police officer said the feud had been going on for years and it was a waste of police resources. But yesterday it was really on and the balloons were going everywhere. Jumbo was yesterday performing at Victor Harbour. They reckon they interviewed me down there. More bullshit. Anyway, he said, I was just standing there and next minute he buffed me over the back of the head. I'm not going to be forced out of the mall. My family have been working in this town for 100 years. Now that was all they gave me out of the whole thing. So that was one of the newspaper clippings. We'll just get rid of that for the moment. So yeah, the media absolutely savaged me. Now, obviously, now today, today tonight was the TV station. Now Bill's cousin was the host of the show, but I later found out that the guy running the mall, Dominic Pangello, it's a name you've probably heard. Well, Frank Pangello was his cousin. So he was the head reporter on Today Tonight, so I was totally screwed. All these cousins protecting a weirdo, how Adelaide, you know. And he's now a politician too, by the way. But he'd do these interviews, he'd organise a little conference room off the mall or something, we'd go in there and I'm thinking, oh, the interview's going okay, you know, and he's asking the right questions and all this sort of thing. And as I'm leaving, I hear him still talking. And they would be filming and he would be asking different questions and nodding away and doing all this. And when I saw it on TV that night, yeah, all these questions he asked after I was gone were put in, edited in, which made me look like a complete dickhead, you know. And this is the sort of tricks they were doing. So, and also the radio stations. Now, I was constantly hearing SAFM and all the other ones, they're getting Bill in, and for 10 minutes he's going off making up all this bullshit, and I bring him up and say, well, you know, where's my chance to speak, you know. They wouldn't let me on, you know. So obviously the media were helping Bill, but the big boys wanted this stopped. It was just getting out of hand, and I just kept getting kicked in the teeth by all the media people, and of course the police. We can't forget the South Australian Police. Now, I'd have a warrant click over, for instance, and they would turn up. Now, they knew exactly what bus I was catching. I'd get there at 11 o'clock, and so they turned up about 15 minutes before I'm leaving and tell me I'm being arrested because I haven't paid a fine. And, yeah, I mean, one time they used to read their names into a recorder thing before the body cams and all that, you know. So, you know, as they're arresting me, I go, oh, bloody Langmead sent you, you know. This was the big copper who hated my guts. The mere sight of me would make him just shake and go bright red. Anyway, they're reading their names in and she goes, Linda Langmead or whatever it was. It was the bloody daughter they'd sent out. She was a copper too, so of course, you know, I was very polite. Anyway, so they take me into the City Watch House and put me in the cells, and I've got to explain why. They gave me a couple of minutes to get changed, so I've still got makeup on the face, and I'm explaining to all these people in the cells what happened. And So I used my one phone call to send a message to Shakey's pager. Adelaide in Jumbo in Adelaide cells, please assist. So he's come and bailed me out because I was going to meet him in the city and as a clown. And oh, fucking amazing. What the cops did. And the big one, they play dirty. They play dirty. Now, I've been drinking bean. Knocked off a 700 bottle of bean. At 3 o'clock in the morning, I hear this bang, bang on the door, and it's the cops. I open the door, and I swear on my dad's ashes this is true. They got a shotgun pointed at me. He moves over, another one that comes like that. They said someone's reported gunfire in this flat, you know. Total bullshit, you know. And I was, come in, I haven't done anything like this, you know. And that when I complained to the Minister of Police, they didn't do it again. But no, the cops play dirty. But the thing about the clown was the public were on my side. They could see through all the media bullshit, especially all these newspapers and things. And everybody wanted to be involved. So I'd be walking down the mall and a cafe owner would come out, or owner of a coffee shop, you know, and he'd say, oh, I heard Bill and Tim Whistle, you know, planning to do something to you. And I'd have men in business suits with briefcases, and they'd say, oh, Bill's on the way down, you know, warning me that he's coming. And he used to live in cheap hotels, you know, $15 a night hotels. And I had this guy come up and tell me, he said, oh, Bill lives in number 20, you know, in such and such hotel. And, so yeah, I left the mall early, got changed, went down there, I got some paper, g'day from Jumbo, and slipped it under his door with a ruler. And he came back the next day screaming, oh, fuck, you know where I live, you know, and all this. And yeah, so that was it. But yeah, there was people walking past, abusing Bill, giving him a hard time. But what I thought was the funniest, the kids. Now, I had a mother come up and she said, my kids have never read a newspaper. I went into the kitchen and there they are, cracking up laughing, reading the Jumbo story. So, I mean, you know, all these educational programs teaching kids how to read, well, let's make it interesting. Cat sat on the mat, you know. A couple of clowns punching, the kids are going to read it. But the best one of all, and this happened many, many times, kids were coming down the mall, they saw Bill, and they went into a rage. Now, I'm talking about 8, 9, 10-year-old kids. You hit the clown, I'm going to hit you, and they'd go over and they'd be punching at me. But then they'd come further down the mall and see me. And it was like they'd met the real Santa Claus, Jumbo! And they'd come running over, we hit the nasty balloon man for you, you know. And so I'm giving them free balloons and saying, look, I don't condone violence, you know, and all this. But it was great. The public were on my side, 100%. And yeah, so, all right, now, I'm going to read this other one out. Now, it's going to be a bit of a quick one tonight because it's really fucking hot at the moment. I'm sweating my guts out. And, so, now, this person wrote into the advertiser or whatever it was, taking the piss out of the media, and I'm going to put this up here. If anybody knows this person, he lived in West Lakes in 1995 when this happened. I want to buy him a beer because this is fucking funny. Okay, so, all right, let's read this out. Okay. Now, by the way, it makes reference to Somalia and Bosnia. They were war zones. Here we go. Hopefully I can get through this without laughing. All right. Your article, The Clown Wars, was without doubt one of the finest examples of journalism ever put to print. What sort of a world are we living in, where clowns are fighting in the streets? Thoughts of Bosnia, Somalia and Cambodia. Nuclear testing completely left my mind as I read in horror of the continuing border dispute between Jumbo and Bill the Balloon Man, and their uneasy alliance with Shaky. Well, he was my mate, no uneasy alliance. How long will it be before we hear the dreaded sound of size 18, red floppy shoes goose-stepping down Rundle Mall, or the cry of Hail Bozo echoing through the city? How many more clowns must be admitted to hospital with lacerations to their head before the government steps in and declares martial law? We have to take these clowns seriously. Rest assured, this disturbing expose is being sent overseas. The people must be told. Once again, thank you, Mr. Harron. Keep up the good work. I look forward to reading about the new developments in the Battle of the Balloons. It's time to stop clowning around. The guy who wrote that, you're a legend, mate. So look, Okay, as I said, quick one tonight. Now, next episode we're going to talk about the getting banned and the big protest. That was massive. And more newspaper stuff with the Ombudsman brokering a peace deal and the whole thing. So, fantastic. I'm loving doing this and excellent. Keep up, oh, fucking hell. You know, get the tone right down. Okay, love your support. Love you all. Get the thumbs up and we're going to see you next time. Catch you later from Jumbo.